This message is for my friends and loved ones in the USA. After my devotional reading this morning, Yahoo gave me this message. The United States has the most coronavirus cases in the world. Can you imagine? As of Thursday, the US had more than 82,000 reported cases across all 50 states and US territories, according to the data compiled by Johns Hopkins University. It has now surpassed China's and Italy's coronavirus case totals, previously the highest in the world. More than 1,000 people in the US have died from COVID-19. I don't want you to panic. I want you to be strong. In New York, the epicenter of virus in the US, at this point, there were more than 37,000 confirmed cases across the state as of Thursday, and more than 385 people have died, as broad swaths of the United States have ordered non-essential businesses to shutter and millions of residents to stay at home. Nearly 3.3 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits last week alone, more than quadruple the previous record set in 1982. Friends and loved ones, I don't want you to panic. I want you to be strong and be very courageous, to have the right information and have a better game plan on how you're going to approach this and fight this COVID-19 so you will survive. All right? Are you one of those 3.3 million Americans affected and are applying for unemployment? How longer is the USA able to provide unemployment benefits? In about 6 months to 1 year, not just 3.3 millions. How about more than this? Now, I want you to have a better attitude when you apply principles. I want you to see a broader perspective. We use the world odometer here. You'll find out that USA indeed has more. The world record shows there's more than 500,000. All right, and if you're going to see the total cases around the world, this one actually confirms that one given by Yahoo. I'm not saying lie here, this is facts. And as you can see, USA has 85,000 plus, more than China 81,000 plus. What can we do? I want you to be very strong, as I said. There's a saying in one of your leaders, ask not what your government can do for you, but ask yourself what you can do for your country. In other words, instead of depending so much on the government, of course we will follow the government. When the government says lockdown, we follow. When the government says stay at home, we follow. Because that principle is actually universal. It applies to all in people. It applies in the biblical times. It applies in the ancient times. It is divine and biblical. But there is something that you can do while you are staying at home. There is something that you can prepare for the COVID-19 disaster while you are staying at home. Actually, in here, I made this page called Prepare for COVID-19 Disasters, because I believe there is something that we can do to prepare for these disasters, both physically and financially and even spiritually. All right? Now, what I suggest in this page, if you go to about this page, is that here you prepare by strengthening the three areas. You strengthen your attitude, you strengthen your immune system, you strengthen your finances. Because this disease is pandemic. If you're going to get the record straight, most of those who died are compromised in their immune system. All right? While the government is focused on what is to be done as a community, as a nation, there is one thing that we need to emphasize the government has not emphasized yet, and that is the individual, responsibility to really strengthen our attitude. What I mean by attitude is our way of thinking and our way of feeling and our way of behaving. Our behavior will follow our feeling, and our feeling will follow our attitude from the mind and spirit. If we strengthen our mind and our spirit by having the right information, having the right attitude, having the right principles, and we apply these principles exactly on the right situation, we will have a better game plan on how to combat this COVID-19. Okay, what I mean by, I will give you more details on that later on, but just as a summary, the immune system is not just eating the right food, having enough sleep, applying new start like nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, new start, air, and proper rests and trusts in divine power with the principles, with the right thinking. Not only that, I will give you more. It is not just aiming for the right food. I will give you more details on that and how you're going to strengthen our immune system, because they are available online. And you can strengthen your finances even if you're at home. Even if you're at home, you can prepare for 6 months, or even for 1 year, or even more, and be ready. And so, friends and loved ones, I want you to have a very, very strong attitude and very courageous, like what Joshua was told by God. Because this is the way we prepare and combat this battle. We can do it together. We can do it together. We will win the fight. See you till the next message, and contact the person who shares you this information.